Guys, can I have a conversation with you guys about something that I keep on hearing and I really think it's important for people to listen to? Now, I know I'm going to get so much hate about this topic. I know I'm going to get so much hate, and I really expect it. And now, that was part of my YouTube journey is understanding that not everyone's going to agree with the things that you say. But hey, this is a platform where we express ourselves. I'm going to express myself. I want people to fully understand this. A home is not an investment. Buying a house right now in 2025 is by far one of the worst investments that you can do. Number one, so many people are paying over the asking price just to get into a house. Right now, the mortgage rates are so high. Right now, people living paycheck to paycheck. Everyone is struggling, but for some particular reason, people think home ownership is their way out of all of this. And I got news for you, it's not. Let me tell you something. My parents, growing up, they were fortunate enough to buy a house. We all lived in that house. My mom told me she paid like $60,000 for the house. She sold it for $250,000. And I know what you guys are thinking. See, that's the reason why you buy a house. You have all that equity. You could, okay, calm down. She took that money, came down to Florida, where houses were now more expensive at that time, and bought a house in Florida. That money is gone. Now she has a home. There's equity in that home. But guys, you can't get that money at all until you sell the house. Once you sell the house, you have to downsize if that's what you want to do. But the thing about it is all that money you're putting into a house for the repairs, property taxes, homeowners insurance, the remodeling, everything you're putting into that house is an opportunity cost. And the opportunity of you investing, saving, putting money in the market. A house, guys, is a lifestyle. That's it. Having a house is not a necessity. It's a lifestyle. And don't give me this, oh, we're renting. Renting is like throwing money away. It's not. Renting with no goal, not being strategic, yes, that might be a bad idea for most people. For most people, that's all you got right now because that's all you could afford. But if you rent strategically, you live in an area where you could save on rent, but you have a plan. Your plan is maybe you do want to get a house, not as an investment. You just want a better lifestyle. You can save. You could try to build up your emergency fund. You could try to save money for your down payment. You could try to clean up your credit. You could not be so desperate and just plan it strategically where you want to live. If you don't like the area where you're living in now and you want to move to an area that pays more, go right ahead. Or you want to live in an area that's low cost of living, you could do that. Renting is not throwing money out the window. I'm going to tell you this right now. Growing up, that was the number one thing I heard. I never forget this. Once I first had my child and my wife, everyone instantly was telling me to get two things, okay? One was getting an SUV, which to me is like, come on, stop it. Why everybody's got to tell me to get an SUV? That's insane. I didn't get an SUV. And the second thing was to buy a house. Now, I'm always defiant. I always challenge people, and I don't like doing everything that society does. So every time a family member, because usually it's family members and older people, boomers, they come to me and they tell me, hey, buy a house. I tell them, do you know what the mortgage rates are now? Crickets. They have no idea. You know how much the average cost of a home goes for now? No idea. They don't understand anything about home ownership. They just want you to get it just because it's like the icing on the cake. And I was like, nah, Me and my wife at that time, we had some debt. We cleaned it up. I kept on monitoring my credit score, try to get it to the right place where I could get a mortgage. I believe for me it was like a 750, 770 around there is where I got my credit score to. Saving money for a down payment. At that time I had a car payment. I went and paid that car off. And mind you, my wife as well, because a lot of women they want to get a house, and I get it. Want to raise a family in a house. That's the image that they have. She's pressuring me. Come on, you're waiting too long. Whatever. I'm like, no. This is what we're doing. Let's stick with it. Trust me, in the end, it will work out. In the end, it worked out. We got a beautiful house in 2020. My mortgage rate was 2.75. 2.75. Awesome. Down payment. Everything went perfectly fine. As soon as we closed the house, my wife was like, you know what? That was a smart decision. That was a very smart decision. with paying off as much debt as possible, going into the house with no car payment, and our mortgage was only 15% of our monthly income. She said that was the smartest thing to do. And she always tells me, sometimes I think you're a little nervous to make financial moves or whatever, but now I recognize it's really strategic. You see, society wants to push you to buy a house, to just buy a house. And then you go on social media and everyone's complaining about being house poor, which is ironic. Everyone's complaining about being house poor and everyone's complaining about they can't buy a house. But then the people finally do buy a house, they complain about how expensive it is. And then you have the people on the sidelines that want to buy a house and they want to participate. They want to get in there into all the chaos to buy a house. Guys, a house is not an investment. It's not. And I understand that some people are really sensitive to this because the only wealth they will see in their life is from the equity of a home. But I'm telling you right now, there is no other investment that's out there. Probably you guys will tell me there is. But there truly isn't an investment that's out there that you need to pay insurance for, property taxes for, maintenance and repair. Nothing like buying a home. Stock, you don't need to pay no insurance and all that. You get yourself a index fund that follows S&P 500, or you get something that the total stock market ETFs, extremely low cost, and you can build wealth that way as well. Having a home is not the only way to build wealth. It's not. There's so many ways you can build wealth now in 2025. And if you're there sitting, comparing yourself to boomers, like they had it easier, they had this, they had that, it's ridiculous. Because let's not act like boomers had it easy. They didn't have it easier, but they did have something that we don't have now, and we have to understand that, which is a starter home. You see, most boomers had starter homes, which a lot of us to this day, we're scoff at. Right now, we want bigger house. We want everything bigger, bigger, bigger. We're scoff at the starter homes that they bought back in the days. And that was an opportunity for so many people to buy homes with starter homes. I don't know about you, but in the townhouse that I lived in, it was small. So many repairs need to be made. And that was the opportunity that they had that we don't have. So understand, we're not in an even playing field. We're not. They're playing by completely different rules. But fuck it. Who cares about the house? Who cares about that? We have other avenues they didn't have. Roth IRAs, 401ks, crypto. There's so many investment opportunities that we have that we could blow them out the water in wealth. But no, people continuously just trying to chase a house, which I'm telling you right now, if you get a house you can't afford, you remember it's an opportunity cost. And the opportunity cost is you cannot put enough money to investments. You cannot just freaking leave your job and go somewhere else. You have to go every single day to work and be a mortgage slave. And you just gotta tolerate so much office politics because of the fact of you can't leave that job because you have a mortgage. It's a big, big responsibility that you definitely need to understand. A house is not for everyone. A house is not a status symbol. A house is not an American dream anymore. The American dream is all these opportunities that we have in life to build wealth. The American dream is to do the things that you want to do on your time. And so many people, though, give in to consumerism and they give in to this whole idea that home ownership is the way to make the American dream happen. When in reality, guys, we see it. It's not the true American dream. So, guys, drop a comment down below. Even if you got some bad comments, go right ahead. I will read them. And let me know how you feel about home ownership. Do you really think in 2025 is dead? It's not an investment. It's just a lifestyle, and a lifestyle that not everyone can have? Or do you feel like, no, in order to make it, you have to have home ownership? Drop a comment down below, guys. And same time, hit the like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys in my next video. Peace.